So before we get into this video, I just want to address the elephant in the room, and that is the fact that TotalCool have had a bit of a rebrand. They are now known as TC, and that is because they're not just keeping you cool anymore, they're keeping you warm as well. TotalCool doesn't fit the bill anymore. TC is where it's at. Well, I wasn't lying. TotalCool are now keeping you totally warm, and that is in the shape of this T-robe. You guys might have seen these sort of robes before in other industries, and they originated actually in the surfing kind of market, where it was all about getting changed on the beach but without having to expose yourself, shall we say. But they've gone then from surfing into camping, and now finally they are in the fishing industry, and I'm pleased that they are, because these things are super warm, they're going to keep you super dry, and they're just really comfortable as well. So let's get into the video and find out everything you need to know actually about this T-robe. So what is this T-robe actually made from? Now let's start with the outside first. This is 100% recycled polyester, which is a massive thing these days because you want obviously your clothing to be as sustainable as possible. It's actually very, very waterproof as well. So it's actually made from a material which is 115 GSM thick, but that is super waterproof. It's actually got a hydrostatic head rating of 10,000 millimeters. That's more waterproof than a lot of bivvies on the market, a lot of shelters. So to get that in clothing is a massive deal. You know that it's going to keep you nice and dry, whatever the conditions might throw at you. Moving on to the inside, you've actually got a very, very thick fleece. This is a 300 GSM premium Sherpa fleece, and it is really, really soft. And I'm not going to lie, this is keeping me very, very warm. I've only got a t-shirt underneath, but we are in a muggy day at early September now, and I am sweating underneath it. But I have actually used this on a few occasions. I've used a green one, so not the camo. There are multiple different colours available, and I've used the green one. And I found it was really nice because I was fishing long days into darkness, and by chucking something like this over the top, it completely cuts out that chill. So the combination of the waterproof outer and then the fleece inner cuts out any wind as well. So I was sitting out till 11 o'clock at night and I had no chills whatsoever. No fish, but no chills. Now, as you can see, if I just chuck this up, there is a very large oversized hood, which is also Sherpa lined. So that's going to keep your head nice and warm. But the nice thing about it being oversized as well, if you are using this coming into winter and you've got woolly hats on, you've still got more than enough headroom to actually keep the hood up. So it's just another little perk that adds to the comfort. Now, when it comes to this T-robe, something I have noticed about it is everything is very premium, even down to the zips that have been used on this. Now, these are 𝗲𝗂𝗆 zips, which might seem completely irrelevant to most of you, but if you go and check all your high-end designer clothing, there's a good chance that the zips will say 𝗲𝗂𝗆. So they are the best kind of materials and things like that that have been used on this T-robe to make it last as long as possible. But it's actually a two-way zip as well, which is really handy. If you are wearing this, if you're all rugged up, all nice and warm, but you need a wee, you don't want to take the whole thing off, so you can just zip up the other way, which is super handy. But on the inside as well, you've also got a secondary zipped pocket. Again, even though it's only a tiny little pocket, it's still got that 𝗲𝗂𝗆 zip on it. Now, whilst I've got this open, on the other side, you'll see you've got a big internal pocket as well. This one's not zipped, but it's really good for storage. But the thing I like most about this, I think, is the sizing of it. So the whole idea of these are that they are meant to be oversized. And I've only got a t-shirt on now, but over the past weekend when I was fishing them longer days, I did have a jumper on underneath as well, and there was still plenty of room. And with fishing clothing, it's all about that layering system. This is always going to be a top layer, so you know that you can have loads of layers underneath, but there's still going to be ample room to have this on top. But you can tighten it down a little bit, so you've got things like adjustable cuffs as well, so you can actually keep that warmth in. You don't have to have it open and flappy. By tightening that down, that's going to keep the warmth in as much as possible. Again, by zipping up, by putting the hood up, everything's going to keep you as warm as possible. Now, the next thing to point out is actually the length of this. Now, you might see that this is down to my shin, and that's not because I'm short. That is exactly where it's meant to be down to. The idea of this is that it is meant to cover the majority of your body, and that's really handy, especially on windy conditions. When that wind is really chilly, this is going to protect you pretty much from shin up. So the final thing to touch upon is going to be the different sizes and colours that are available. Now, there are multiple different sizes. They run from small all the way to extra large, and I'm currently wearing a medium and I'm 5'8", so that gives you a bit of a guide. This is about a perfect fit for me. So medium if you're that sort of size, but like I say, there are smaller and bigger as well. But colour wise, there are 4 different colours to choose from. So you've got the camo with the grey fleece like I've got here. There's also a darker green with a lime green fleece. There's a black with a pink fleece, and then there's also a purple with a blue fleece. So that means you can justify these easily. If you want to buy one, there are colours for your partner as well. And Amy has been wearing the black and pink one and she absolutely loves it. Now again, size wise, she's about 5'1" and she's wearing a small, and that was about bang on. So it gives you a bit of a gauge once again. But the best thing about these is the price. These are really affordable. So they come in at $99.99 per T-Robe, which I think is very good, especially compared to a lot of the competitors out there, and especially when you consider the quality of these items as well. Now, it's also worth mentioning that if you buy it direct from TotalCool, they actually do a same-day dispatch. So if you want it next day delivery, then make sure you order it early one morning and you get it the next day. But for any more information about this, please do head over to the TotalCool website and have a look for these T-Robes. I love them. I think they're going to come into angling in quite a big way, so make sure you get these before they sell out.